Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Cherise and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy.
We are now recording. Happy Tuesday, everybody. In the South, it's cold. It is freezing cold. Q, in South Africa, what's the coldest it gets? Because you guys are going into your winter time, right? Fall, winter.
Yes. I mean, it's cold in different ways in different provinces.
Okay.
So, or like states, according to your guys' language. So, so in my area, it doesn't get that cold. I don't know why. But yeah, it's never really that cold. Maybe it goes down to 18 degrees.
That's pretty cold.
Is it?
Is it Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Yeah, Celsius.
Oh, okay. All right. We can't. So I wonder what that is in Fahrenheit.
Oh, your guys is in what?
We do Fahrenheit instead of Celsius.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right? You got to be.
The differences always get me.
It is. But I gotta say, I really love the different of perspectives I've learned. I've loved learning from you. So, all right, everybody. As we wait for Cherise, we're going to get to the topic of AI today, because I personally want everybody to get on the AI train, because I feel like I don't want your business to be Blockbuster. And so in America, Q, there was a store called Blockbuster, which rented VHS. You remember the videos, the cartridge you put in there? Okay. It rented those. And the industry changed to digital. So people were able to download movies and rent movies without leaving their home. And Blockbuster didn't make the change. Blockbuster had all of the movies. They literally had all of the movies, multiple copies, all of the rights to rent the movies out. And they just missed the train. They did not change with technology. And so seeing such a clear example of that in our culture, I want all service businesses to jump on the AI train, particularly figuring out how to use it, learning how to use it. I don't want it doing everything, but I do want you to lean on it as much as you can. So, because I'm hearing people, one of, Cherise, I want to get back to what you said, but let me finish this sentence. And then, one of my, associates, I don't know if we're still building the friendship, but she was saying that AI has helped her build 3 of the businesses that was like on the back burner that they couldn't get up and running. And that because of AI, they were able to get the businesses up and running. And I don't even know what businesses were, what they were, but the power of that sentence. And so I don't want any of our people getting left behind because you're scared of AI. I just don't want that. I'd love for you to see AI like electricity. And just like you jumped on the electricity train, I need you to jump on the AI train. I need you to learn how to use it and incorporate it. All right, so that's our main topic for today. But y'all, Cherise just said something to me that I'm like, wait, what? And so I want to take a minute and talk about that, because if I'm dealing with it, I know y'all out there are dealing with it too. And so, Cherise, what were you saying? That you don't think that I see myself big enough, or?
I said, I think you still see yourself small time, which you're still dealing in that one-woman show, the CEO. And it's a great topic to segue into the AI, because it's like you have help, right? You can delegating greatly, but it's like you also need like a personal assistant. You also need like an administrative assistant, you need more, because you are busy. Your calendar is back to back to back to back to back. And we're jumping on here and you're like, oh girl, oh, I got this, I got that. Oh girl, and it's not that you're not organized, because you're really organized, but it's like, oh girl, you got a lot. And I do too. And so does everyone else. But it's just like, I saw you still seeing yourself small time, like you don't need more help. You follow me?
I follow you.
And that's it. That's all. Just being real with my sis.
Yeah, no. Not only do I follow you, my partner said something similar last week.
Okay.
And so it's
coming through.
Right. So, so you guys, so for all of you guys out there who are in the same position, and so, because I know I'm not experiencing this in isolation. I know somebody else out there is experiencing this. And so all of you guys who have experienced that, let me tell you what that's going to take for me. What that's going to take for me is sitting down and looking at my calendar, looking at everything that I do, and make sure I'm delegating. Because I think I have the support. I know I have the support. I'm not delegating enough. And one of the reasons is it takes time to delegate. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just easier to get it done. Let me just do it myself real quick. The problem with that is then you have a business that's built on you. So basically you're working for yourself and you don't have a business system. Yeah. But it does take sitting down and changing and reorganizing the way you think and the way you show up. It does. And so what I want to say, I want to encourage you guys. You guys aren't making it up. It's hard. It is hard to go from one woman show to CEO. And then I think in some ways I have done it. And yet I still need to grow. There's always growth to be done. Yeah. And so I'm going to work on that. It's a conscious work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge transition and a transformation.
Yeah.
And an identity shift.
Yeah.
And that is where I think we kind of get that bottleneck.
Yeah.
And you said something really key. You were like, let me just get this done. I'll just get it done. But it's a million, I'll just get it done. You know, when it's like take a week or 3-4 days and just start, transferring stuff over, because it's like they're gonna have to get it one way or the other.
Yeah.
And you continuing talking to me too.
Right.
You continuing to keep saying, I got it, and you're not getting it. And I'm really talking to me right now. You know, because I still don't have my full calendar, to my VA. And it's like that calendar is in my head and I'm like, I got to add this and add that. Oh, she going to be looking at me crazy when I add this, looking like that. So I'm in there, and then she gets, she a little flustered, like, hey, I ain't even working. You ain't got me working. What's going on? I'm like, okay, I'm coming. So it's a big deal, especially from my creative world. I'm really used to doing things myself, and
it feels easier and faster. It's just not sustainable. You're not going to be able to grow. I was talking to my kind of little mastermind group. Shout out Elliott and Cherise.
Ain't nothing little about your mastermind group.
Right. And so, and I was telling them, it always feels like there's a lot to do. And it's because I'm not sitting down and delegating and making sure we have everything in order. Or at least just hired 3 new people. And so she's doing what I need to do. I don't think I need to hire 3 new people. I don't think I'm there yet. But I just need to start utilizing and making sure. So one of the things that I can do, so all of you guys who are where I am, where you have help and maybe you're not utilizing it to the full capacity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's when my partner was like, you're doing a lot of little stuff that you shouldn't be doing yourself. And that's just him seeing it from the outside. So I was like, okay. But now that you said it too, Cherise, dang, okay, I really got to listen to that. God dog it. All right, it is what it is. It's time to grow again. Like McDonald says, here we grow again.
Yeah, and we quantum leaping.
Yeah. So what it's going to require for me to do for a couple of days is write down kind of everything that I'm doing. And then probably even assign a dollar sign to the task. So I can say, okay, was this a lower value task or a higher value task? Okay, lower value tasks need to be off my plate. And so Brian Tracy and Dan Sullivan both, and those are both coaches that I've listened to throughout the years, both say, like, you need to figure out what the top 3 money-making tasks are, and you need to be dedicated to that, and everything else needs to be delegated away. Do the top 3 money-making tasks. What makes you the money, and that's what you need to be doing and spending your time doing, and that's it. And so sitting down and figuring out what that is, and then doing the work to get everything else delegated. Now, to bring this back to AI, for me, that includes writing a lot of SOPs. So the other thing about delegating and getting things off your plate is, what if that person moves on to another career? You want things written out in SOPs. You want a policy and procedures book so you can hand it to them and they can run. And so this is kind of along the right division so that they can run and not faint. And so do you have these policy and procedures written out? Do you have them in a folder that you can give to somebody the access, and now they know exactly what needs to be done and how it needs to be done? And so I've been trying to do that lately. Hopefully, Q, you feel that I'm not just saying stuff, but I am trying to get it written down. Also, that is for those of us who are idea people and visionary people, that's a nice stopgap to keep us focused, to say to your people, hey, I talk about a lot of stuff. When I write it down is when it's real and I want you to execute on it. Because if you're just an idea and a visionary, you'd be like, oh, we can do this and we can do this and we can do this and we can do this. And your people are walking around crazy because they don't know what you're doing and what you're not doing. And so if you can say, okay, I know I'm an idea person, y'all, I'm going to be running my mouth and talking. Just go with me. And the thing you execute on is when you have it written down. When I have it written down and I've made an SOP on it and goals and expectations on it, those are written down and I hand that off to you, that's when you execute on it. So that's a really good, for the visionaries of the world, that's a really good way to allow yourself to be able to talk and dream without stressing your people out and thinking you're going in 15 different directions. That is one of the things that I use AI for the most. So I need an SOP that will tell this person to do this in this type of way, keep this in mind, we're using this system, and break it down. And I gotta say, you guys, using AI to create SOPs has been an absolute game changer. Because I can talk into AI and say all of this, and it prints it out perfectly. Then I read it over and I can hand it off. So that's one of the ways that I want you guys using AI. And so definitely for my practice owners that own groups, you should be using AI. You've got to create policies and procedures. You're only going to grow so much if you have, like, you'll be able to grow more if you have all of the structure in place. The structure is what's going to allow you to grow. Okay. And the structure is the policies and procedures. So AI is a huge way to get your policies and procedures done. All right. For those of you guys who are getting to the point where you can pass off your social media, you need to be using AI. So AI to create the policies and procedures, AI to help you create your brand voice, to create your brand style so that you can have consistency. This, again, is a game changer. And so now, as opposed to everything coming out of your brain, you can download enough of your brain into AI to whether somebody else can come and do your social media for you. And you can truly take 2 weeks off. You really can. And then you can just pop in and do your lives or do things. But the consistent brand content, this consistent brand message is going to be there because you've done the work. And so AI is really, really good at doing that. Using AI to help you brainstorm, to help you come up with budgets and plans and spreadsheets. Like, all of this can be done. And so I want you guys utilizing these tools. I really, really do. All right. I've been talking, I probably for like 15 minutes straight. So, all right. I would take a deep breath. And Cherise, you jump in wherever you see fit. And I think person out there doesn't have you in their life right now to say, hey, it's time for you to level up again. I think you're seeing yourself too small. Hey, you need to be delegating more. How do they know when they're there? If they don't have you in their life saying, hey, you there.
Yeah, I would say, first of all, let's go with awareness, like aware of self, like you're overwhelmed. We think overwhelm is normal. It's not normal. You know, like the stress, just where am I? What am I doing? Disorganization. People who are not typically unorganized and in disarray are, right? And it's like, that means you need more help. Yeah. That you got to let go of control in order to grow, right? And, you know, we are controlling people. We're alpha women, and we want to see and be involved in everything. And you should, but you should be overseeing. You know, you have to be bold enough and courageous enough to start letting it go, picking the right people and letting it go.
Yeah.
And one of the things I wanted to ask you, Natalie, was when people are, so I think that people get confused at, you know, like you said, when do they need the help? But it's like, I find that people they kind of like the drama of the disorganization a little bit and looking and feeling busy. Psychologically, are you able to speak to that for us?
Yes, and it's so much to say, I don't know what to say. Okay, give me a second to try to organize this into. You've got to sit down and do your self-work. You're not going to grow in business if you don't. You have to ask yourself, what are you gaining from the busyness?
Yeah.
I just need you to accept that you are probably doing this in your life on some level.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got to sit down with yourself or a therapist or a coach or your mama. It don't matter. Your pastor, whoever works for you or can see kind of you and speak into your life. Then you got to figure out, okay, why am I doing this? So is it I'm scared of failure? Is it I'm scared of success? Is it I still think I'm not good enough? I'm not worthy enough? Is it imposter syndrome? Like whatever that thing is, you have to start working against that. So to me, the best way to work through that is like to do the work. So you probably need to do part journaling for 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, and then making your things to do list. And then on the things to do list, I don't think I've talked to you guys about this in a while, but the ABC 1, 2, 3 method. Okay. So don't just make a big things to do list. That's only step 1. So you're going to do brain dump, big, huge things to do list, write everything out. Then you're going to go through everything and you're going to prioritize it. Now, I just got finished saying you need to be doing the money making things. You need to be making the money. What's going to make you the money? All right. So you want to pick those things out, and those are going to be your A's, the money making activities. Then you'll take everything that's a money making activity and make that an A item. Then you'll prioritize your A items with A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. And that's the way I want you to work through your list. All right. So it's going to take doing the emotional work, whatever you're feeling, that I'm not good enough, whatever, doing that, I am good enough, and I now need to go do the work. And then practically having a system which supports you in picking out what's the most important thing for you to do. And so we got to put the two together. Yeah. See, I hope that addressed it without going too deep and going deep enough.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I also think that you have to choose someone who is aggressive with you, who will take things from you and say, hey, I got this.
Recording in
okay, I think I showed it. Okay, I think I showed it. Okay, I think get off here. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know why my computer went out earlier. Can you see me? Where am I? Okay, there. So we good?
We're good. Yeah, go.
I don't know. I got all this delay and all this stuff going on. Okay. So for me, I have to have someone around me who will take some of the task from me and just start getting to work. You know, someone who gets to know you and says, okay, I see what needs to be done. And that's the type of person I am, because, you know, since I moved into that consulting world, like I can come in and kind of get a bird's eye view of what's going on or what's missing. Yeah. You know, my job is to make sure that your, you know, client experience is elevated. Okay. So I'm like the second eye to everything, you know, from how you look, how you show up to how you serve your clients, right? Yeah. So I can see the gaps. I need people to see the gaps in my execution, to see the blocks in the gaps in my execution, because I can't, that's just, you can't. There's no way you can see everything. Yeah. So you can't have someone who's just waiting to tell you what to do, because that's not our personality. It's only so much we can get to you, because it's only so much we can get out of our heads onto the paper.
How about that part?
Onto the to-do list to get over to you.
Yeah.
You know, so super important for me to have who knows me, knows my personality, understands me. I can't be embarrassed that, hey, listen, I'm not the most organized, but I am an executor if you help me organize.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'll go get it done.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell me what time I need to be there, who it is, and what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Darnielle has this quote, and Darnielle, I'm so sorry if I'm misquoting you, but I'm pretty sure this is what you said. Your first round of hires, you're hiring for all of your weaknesses. So if you're not organized, you hire an organized person. If you're not good with the money, you hire a money person. If you're not good with sales, you hire a salesperson. After you get those weaknesses filled, then you're hiring for your strengths. So you're hiring the people who can then like duplicate you and do what you do, so that you don't have to do it at all. And so I thought that was really, really good, thinking about that. And so one of the things that you will have to do as an entrepreneur is know where your weakest at and be honest with that. And so I remember one of my coaches said, being in business there's 17 roles you need to fill between accountant, like tax person, sales receivable, making the sales, marketing, visionary, executioner, like 17 kind of hats that you need to feel. You can't do all of those. You just can't. You cannot. And so figuring out very quickly how to get the support. And that's another way AI can help you and support you. And having AI, like put a plan out there and using AI to help you fill in the gap. So, hey, this is my sales plan for 2026. Where am I missing it? What's wrong? Where are my numbers off? Where is it not making sense? Give that to AI and help it think. Of what you know about me, where are my weak parts, so that you can start to feel that out. What am I not doing? There are so many little things in which AI can support you, but it's going to start with you being honest with yourself. If you notice that this part of your business just does not get done no matter what, then that's probably the part you need to hire out. Like, what do you need to do so that becomes consistent? And so hire for your weaknesses first, then you hire for your strengths to rebuild you once you kind of got all those weaknesses filled in. All right, what else do you want people to know about hiring in particularly, Cherise?
I think that, and I'll speak from personal experience, and I said earlier about being courageous enough to do it. It's like, you know, you have to understand that you can't afford not to do it. You can't afford not to hire. And we talked about scaling in one of our other podcasts.
I feel like.
Do you want to scale? How much scaling do you want to do? Right? Because some of us, it's not about scaling right now. It's about just getting on a safe maintenance so that I can take care of who I have in the recycle of the clients that are here. Because you know, if you some of us will be just fine if you just maintain the clientele that you have.
How about that?
Okay, are they on a consistent schedule? Are the payments coming in on auto?
Yes.
That might be your scale. You know, and I think that awareness is extremely important, you know, as well. Just understanding your business and not getting caught up in, I need, 100 more clients. Can you handle
100 more clients? Yeah.
2 more.
Okay, so 2 things. I got a love-hate relationship with that word scale. Sometimes I love it, and then sometimes I hate it because I feel like scaling can sometimes be the opposite of good business growth. And I want you guys to have good business growth. Good business growth is 10 to 15% increase per year. So increase in income, increase in capacity, like that's what good business growth is. And if you sustain that, you're doing better than the average business. And so what does it take to sustain that year after year after year after year? All right. Let me put that to the side and I'm going to pivot a little bit because I want to speak to this because I know one of my friends is struggling with this right now. It is time for her to hire. She knows that it's time for her to hire. She is scared that she's scared of the responsibility of having somebody else's paycheck depend on her and what she's doing in her business and the weight of that. And so she's like, it's one thing if my finances get messed up for a month, but I do not want to be in charge of somebody else's kid not eating.
What?
I said, I get that. And
going bankrupt because you are making sure that they can eat first. I was just talking to a friend about that. She held down 10 employees during the pandemic and didn't pay herself.
Wow.
And it's playing catch up.
That's not sustainable because then you're going to burn out and everything's going to fall down anyway. And so, first of all, I love you guys' heart. I love that you think about that. There's so many employers who don't. And so I love that you think about that. And then you got to step into it. To whom much is given, much is required. So do the basics. Like make sure you have a savings account for the business, for yourself and for the business. So do the basics. And then you just got to get out there. Also, please know that when you make that higher, your capacity increases and what you can do increase. And so that you can take more in. Cherise, you have also talked about making sure that the hire makes the business more profitable. And so I remember you were really talking about that for a while. What all were you saying? Because I remember that was one of your things for a while. Like the people you hire should help literally make you more money.
Yeah. So it's something that I learned, in my business. It doesn't let me say this. Someone had to say it to me and then I had to recognize it. I think it was Gary Vee. I'm pretty sure Gary Vee that I heard that from. And then so salespeople are extremely important. People who can sell for you. So if you have someone who can play a dual role as VA or, whatever role they may be playing, can they also close deals for you? Especially when if they are the one that's in charge of your admin, if they're handling your emails, can they close deals? What does that look like? So if they are handling personal emails for you, okay, so they need to know the marketing and the sales plan so that we close deals along the way. Because if people have questions about a program or a class or a workshop or working with you, booking with you, they have to know the language.
Yeah.
Right. And I do events, right? I do a lot of events, and there's just a psychology around how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, and then how you are selling yourself to the people who need your service or product, right? So just extremely important. And everybody should be bought into your brand mission so that everything is cohesive. So if events outside or if we're just handling emails and automation, if they are handling Q&A, it has to be cohesive. They have to know, you have to speak as you.
So
right, they have to making money for.
I'm gonna challenge everybody to start getting their brand scripts together, getting their brand voice together, making sure that they have all of their packages written down so that all of their people can read the vision, know the words, know the language, know your heart, and sell for you. Right. Which is a great place for AI to come in. And so test it back and forth, create a document, feed it into AI. Is this my brand voice? Then give it to another person, have them feed something in there. Is this brand voice consistent? How is it coming up? And so there's growth to be done, people. There's growth to be done at every level, in every way. All right. Winding people down.
You know what, Natalie? And I'll say this.
Go ahead.
We did. I'll just say this too. My mindset is, just you got to figure out ways to make more money. If there's income that is designated for this particular position, okay, I need an income. Is it my book sales? Is that gonna pay my VA? Is it my one-on-ones? Is it my consultations? Is it my $100 consultations? So that means we need 15 to 20 consultations a week to pay this VA. You know what I mean? So things like that to attach it to this
line of business pays for this, or this product pays for this. So think about it more kind of strategically. Okay. All right. Winding y'all down for today. I think we want to make the title of this Leveling Up with AI. Leveling Up with AI. Because we talked about leveling up in so many ways. So one of the first ways, because Cherise called me out, is delegating even more, identifying when it's time for you to grow, figuring out what's keeping you from growing, and then you got to conquer it. So knowing what your fear is. So like my dear friend, she knows her fear is she doesn't want to be responsible for somebody else's paycheck. You got to step into it. So whether that's creating a new mantra, like a good mantra I had for myself for a while is I accept the mantle of leadership on my life. Just accept it. And what does that mean? So whatever your thing is, sit down, figure it out, start doing it, and then making a plan to tackle it. And y'all get the support you need. Like my mentor, and I know I said this because I'm still thinking about it, is she just sold one of her businesses for $6 million. So she could. But what I've been on her calls from her, and in that call, I heard her say, my coach, my therapist, my doctor, my lawyer, my accountant. And so she has a full support team helping her, advising her, leading her, teaching her. She's not doing it alone. And I don't want you guys doing it alone either. So get your advisory board together, get your team together, and utilize AI to help you get it all together. Okay. All right. That's my 2 cents. All right, Cherise, what do you want the people to leave with today?
Get real about where you are in business, because I think too many of us are still playing too small. You have absolutely leveled up, and it's like you and the team and the board, whether that's your friends, the staff that you already have, the you already have, whoever it is, let's get together and get in the right awareness so you can understand what you really need help in.
Definitely so.
I love what you said, about getting help first and your weaknesses. That was good.
Yeah,
really
that came from Daryl Jarvie Harmon. So she's if y'all haven't heard of her, first of all, her book is one of the best coaching books that I've read around business. So I want to give her props on that. And her current book is Move to Millions. And so one of the things that she's, that oh, how dare you say that? But that makes sense for how I'm feeling. She was saying that 6 figures is small business poverty. 6 figures is small business poverty. And I was like, what?
That's good.
Stepped all over my toes on that. And then it was like, is that's why I'm struggling a little bit? Is that why it doesn't feel like I've arrived yet? Because the expenses, when you really think about the expenses for a small business, so anywhere from 1 to 10 employees that you're supporting and yourself, then the low 6 figures is going to be small business poverty. So Darnell, thank you for that statement. That stepped all over my toes and made me want to get it together better. So, all right, you guys, this has been Cherise B and Natalie E. And we come here every Tuesday together to help you get it together so that we all can get it together. And we have moved the date for our live event. Our live event has moved from April the 4th to May 16th. So lock your calendars in for May 16th. Same time of the day and everything. And we still are looking forward to working with you on branding. So look forward to hearing from us. We're reaching out to you guys. And we look forward to spending that wonderful day with you guys. All right. Y'all have a great day.
Audio Jungle.